getting messed with right now.
Yeah, and she's wishing Penn, she's texting Penn, she's like, where's Penn? And she's getting messed with more, and there's a skateboard, maybe Penn's gonna come save her. Welcome to Cloudtown Tuesday, the day where I share a page from my graphic novel, Cloudtown, and tell you about the process of making it. It's like a editor's commentary on a DVD. So here it is. Let's go. Let's do it. In a way, if your job is to keep people excited to get the next page, some of that is the physical motion of swiping or flipping, and keeping that rhythm fast makes people you have more momentum. Like when you read manga, you have more momentum, right?
In that way, I feel like it would be really useful having that background animation skill going into comics.
Yeah.
Like having the momentum to make someone flip through a page.
Yeah. Alright, let's do the time lapse. Yeah, and so the thing is, some of this stuff, like, is weird because in comics you're building your own language, but you're also building like a collective language of the medium. So there's stuff that doesn't make sense if you only read manga, and stuff that doesn't make sense to you if you only read American comics. That's getting less common because they're cross-pollinating more. But like this kind of stuff, if it becomes like, if more people started having like that kind of cross-fade feel by trying to sync panels behind panels, like that would become normal maybe, but I don't know.
I live on 24th and Bryant, so I know.
That being said, I think we've talked about this before. My comics tend to be okay being lost a little and then finding things out. Like I kind of enjoy that experience, and some people really hate that. Like in film, in comics, in whatever. Like I'm like happy for things to be a little bit of a
mystery.
Yeah, this one got changed after that big edit we talked about. So like these skateboard scenes were to transition into the next page.
This ground is crazy.
Yeah, because I wanted you to think, kind of assume it would be Penn, because this is going to be the introduction of the Minnow character.
Oh, I see.
On the next page. So these behind the panels are in a totally different part of town.
Right.
But you don't know that. And that's not a technique I've ever seen before. I don't know other people who do that. I don't know if it came through, but I'm attempting to make you basically just read these lighter colored panels and largely kind of ignore. This is like almost a fade 2 kind of experience.
Oh, I see. That's kind of cool.
For me, it kind of feels like, okay, this is like, it's like a crosscut almost, like in a movie, like where this is someone coming to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me show you in the actual book, see how it
reads. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so again, the double page spread kind of helps you figure out what this is. Although I did later, my editor had me come in later and add like titles of where we are, because I don't have the space for a lot of establishing shots. So
so this is actually back in the
Carecorp garage bay.
Oh, okay.
So like so again, that's one of the risks in comics for like the meanwhile back at the ranch kind of thing we were talking about.
Yeah, like you can't have space for the expositional shots.
Yeah, you can, but that does take up space, like physical space.
Right.
If you're dealing
and you gotta do like 300 pages.
And I mean also in a lot of manga they have like a kind of a placeholder icon for a different location. Sometimes it'll be like the mailbox. Like every time we're back at his house, like you get used to. It's like at first it's like the mailbox and a picture of the thing and whatever. But by the time the 4th time you're back at his house, it's just like mailbox. All right, here we are. And so you're building your own kind of shorthand. But yeah, I was trying to make that skateboard kind of a transition to here. We'll eventually go back.
Skating is actually at a different place.
Completely different location.
Even though this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was skating towards the kids.
Yeah, I'd hope.
Now, is that what you wanted people to think? And then it'd be a surprise that it's actually in a different spot?
Yeah, because we're waiting for Penn to come save her. Like, I wanted people to be... Because Penn just stormed off.
She's getting messed with now.
Yeah, and she's wishing Penn, she's texting Penn, she's like, where's Penn? And then Penn has just, like, is skating somewhere. And she's getting messed with more. And there's a skateboard, maybe Penn's gonna come save her. But, oh no, it's this kid skateboarding over here. Had nothing to do with that.
She just got... She got cold-wheeled by Penn.
And like Olive doesn't have a very consistent model at all. Like most of these characters don't, but Olive especially is a very squishy thing. And the editor actually really enjoyed that in the pitch, like how they were such a marshmallow creature and got to be a lot of different kind of expressive shapes.
For sure, but I definitely want to see different investment.
I also enjoy like having this kid like be part of the bullies, but be basically like not on the same page. like
She's trying hard to be mean.
Yeah, and she acts like they're not bullies, but I don't know. I'm interested to explore her character more because I feel like she might know what she's doing. Like she's played as like the bimbo that has no idea. Like, oh, we're being nice actually, but she might be like aware and just find it amusing to be goofy.
The one in the
With that black hair then.
I think it'd be cooler if she like wasn't aware. That's just an opinion.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll have to depend on the story. There's also, I've met a few teens that dress really goth and are really cheery in persona, and I suspect that some of them like are unaware that they are presenting as cheery and positive, and they think that they're really dark.
Oh yeah.
But
I think there is that weird thing. I remember there was one con I went to, and I was just handing out free damaged copies of Galacto, the first one, and no one would take it. Like, it was easier to sell something for $10 than hand something for free, because I don't know.
We're suspicious
People like
of that.
to spend money.
But
they,
also,
they
I
feel
think there's
good when they
they think it's some type of weird scam.
Because it usually is.
Because it usually is. But no, there's this girl that had a Junto Ito shirt of the Spiral.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you like horror? And she's like, no. She just walked away.
Her bug dress is very cool.
Thanks. I'm a big fan of her bug dress also. And it's also such a stupid choice. I'm like, I will design this dress that I will hand draw this repeatable pattern every time she's in the scene.
From afar, it looks like flowers or something, so that's why it's funny.
I really like it. I would
See
like
the
to like
bugs.
make that fabric.
I actually had like kind of like a Western shirt that was faded, and it had flowers on it, but everyone did think it was like flies.
Nice.
Like, oh, are those bugs on your shirt? I'm like, flowers. Is this all in Procreate?
This is all in Procreate. One of the many things I'm being indecisive about for my next book is whether to just double down on Procreate and like get a more powerful iPad Pro that can handle more layers, or switch over to Clip Studio Paint, which
You might need a more powerful iPad for that too.
I do it on my computer.
Oh.
But you can also do it on the iPad. I like what I can do on Clip Studio Paint, but I love how mobile the iPad is, right?
You can do both.
It is relatively hard to switch.
Really?
Back and forth it is. It just like adds enough friction, it's annoying all the time. You know, it's not impossible. You'd have to have a pretty specified workflow, but I kind of feel like I should just commit to one or the other. But I haven't decided.